I guess it's not super elaborate, but sure. Okay, so we'll still hold off a little bit longer here because we do have a little bit more to explore in this area, just outside the city before we actually head in. We also probably want to do, I think, exploration of those other areas more in the wilderness before we actually go into the city again. Like doing that Witcher contract that we picked up recently. That's also probably a good thing for us to do. That good what that is. As is this. What was that? The horse whistler? Okay. Breaking in a horse's psyche is a simple matter of instilling your will as the rider into your mount, acquiring its trust, and training its obedience. Horses are intelligent, noble beasts, so they should be treated with tenderness and a decisive and firm energy. Mayor, the unquestioned authority in this area, emphasizes that when training one's mount, rider must eternally on the lookout. You're missing the word "be," but rider must eternally be on the lookout for errors in the training itself. Every time the training process ends in failure, the rider must look for the blocking error first of all in his own actions, secondly in the horse's anatomy, and only in a last resort by concluding the horse has a naturally difficult temperament. Adhering to this principle protects one from undue punishments, which destroy the possibility of reaching an understanding between rider and mount, and make it impossible to gain the animal's trust. I mean, we're already best of buddies with Roach, right? So, we're all good. Okay. And a few more houses here. Whoa! That was extremely loud. What shall become of Temeria? Okay. Don't think we've read this yet either. Temeria. A land where milk and honey once flowed. And what did she wrong the gods that they should treat her so cruelly? Maybe we have read this. It sounds vaguely familiar. Pearl of the North to some, she proved a galloping range for Nilfgaardian cavalry to others. As a country, it had survived 2 previous wars against the Empire. It was here that the war's bloodiest battles were fought. It was in Temeria where their most bestial deeds were wrought. Temerian civilians bore the full brunt of these wars' horrors. And bear them that we did, bravely and steadfastly, until the demise of our great protector, King Foltest. Then Providence turned its fickle face from Temeria, murdered most treacherously. Foltest failed to leave Temeria a worthy successor. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did. And so all manner of curse soon fell upon her, tearing her apart like so much carrion. She had no more allies then. None remembered that we had once been the armor protecting the North from the designs of the mad dancer, he who would have the gravestones of his foes pounded into a ballroom floor. Free and independent Temeria is no more. A dark-faced sun looms over her every rampart. Yet we Temerians live on, and always will. As long as folk believe, the usurper who took our beloved capital, Vizima, freed as his property, will forever peer over his shoulder in fear. For in the shadows lurks not one dagger, but the power of a nation of daggers, waiting to deal justice's blow. Okay. Yeah, Temeria's not happy. Whatever is left of it, or at least the people that are left. Country, yeah, not so much. Or state, whatever it technically is. Collected verse of Gonzal the Versailles? We definitely haven't read that. Love. Love is to build a house of cards, or play a game of chess. With one wrong word or ill-thought move, and you must start it all afresh. Tide. Whenever I watch the tide recede, cold coils of fear grip round my heart. Will the seas sneak back, calm and sure, in the dark of night, as they have before? Or will they stay on distant shores, leaving crushed shells and washed up dreams, as memory of serfs of yore? Thought that I saw Yeah, there's something else over here. Julia Kenyon's diary. This is a quest item based on the exclamation point. And I feel like this might be a place where we were going to need to go on a future occasion. Oh, scavenger hunt? At school here? That's not what I expected to get updated. I was gonna say that I was assuming this was going to be something that we would have found partway through a previous quest and we jumped the gun a little bit. Let's see what this is all about. Each beast herein described in two manners ye may hunt. Either seek ye tracks, follow and strike the foulness wherever in its wild ye find it, or lure it into a chosen place and engage it there in an advantageous battle. The latter poses less risk, for the hunter exposes no chance for an unforeseen or unexpected fight. Note, however, that to lure a beast into a trap, first its tastes and behaviors ye must know. As for fork tails, bait them thusly. Found a stake in the soil, bind a goat to it, then hide ye in near to shrubbery post haste, with a nice little fence around it. The beast, lured by the caprine odor, will without fail soon come. If it is a griffin ye seek to slay, take ye buckthorn, we know about that, from deep water. The mighty stench of this herb is to griffins like fresh roasted meat of the primest sort, and so come will forthwith, though far away they might be. Turning to drowners and water hags, it is known to all and sundry that fish and rotting mollusks are their loves. As for trolls, common hooch is their weakness. Okay. So at least for griffins, we've done that. Haven't had to do that with any of the other stuff, though. Not sure if that's a sign of things to come. Those cats, they need to chill. Stop hissing at us. Yeah, I'm looking at you. That's right, you better move. Alright, are we outnumbered? Yes. I think we can take it. Watch them actually secretly be witchers from the School of the Cat in disguise. It's all an elaborate ruse. All a plot to get Carol when he's most vulnerable. Here's the outside wall, or at least one of the outside walls of Novigrad. Yeah, it does look like quite a fortification. It is supposedly a larger city. What is this? This looks like it's not so much the same type of village that we were in before, as much as it is an open area. Different kinds of stuff in it, but let's loot this first. Then we'll check that out. Oh, there was, yeah, something else here. And at this point, we're probably picking up so many of the various animal skins because we're getting a ton of those when we're just going through these houses like this. We probably want to offload those soon. Otherwise, we're gonna run out of inventory space, and or shopkeepers aren't going to be able to purchase it all from us in one round. Did we check if we could go in here? I think this was locked, right? Oh no. Did we go in here? Oh yeah, we did. This is the place with the bed that was all not made. So yeah, what is this? What I'm wondering.
Let me think.
Huh?
Aye.
What are we looking at? Huh?
I place my open
Welcome.
eternal fire.
Welcome to what though?
One or not decorates us all.
Is it bad that I recognize this music from Gwent, the standalone game? See, like, we could talk to this bard, but at the same time, like, are they not giving a performance right now? Juggler?
Excuse me.
Don't look like you're juggling right now. You are very clearly playing an instrument.
I will not speak to you. I refuse. So fat ale, please.
Okay. I mean, based on how you have a name, whereas other people just say bard or whatever your occupation is, my guess is we're gonna have something to say to you at a future date. So I'm thinking this may be another instance of, at some point, we'll be coming back here. Something in particular in mind. But if, like, one of you guys wants to actually trade with us, that would be rather helpful, because, like I was saying, we've been accumulating our fair share of fairly low-level stuff that'd be nice to just dump. Break down into components, something like that. It does seem like this is probably the last area, though, in this more built-up section. Yeah. We could continue going along and make our way over to these few houses here. Not necessarily sure that we hit every single house in this area, but I'm not sure that's necessarily a requirement at this stage, because, you know, like I was saying before, I'm pretty sure we're going to find ourselves back in this area at some point in time. So maybe let's continue along this shoreline here and see what we find in this group of houses. I assume they're houses. They might not be houses. Those sound like wolves. Means we're probably not interested. There are lots of enemies over here, though. Including another wolf. And some of them are running at us from behind. We should probably turn around before they all try to attack us simultaneously. Yeah, you guys thought you could sneak up. I saw it coming. I wanted to Igni all of you simultaneously, got greedy, and the timing just didn't work out for us. Very much, and then I'm pretty sure I just missed with the Igni altogether. So, that didn't work out so well. And there are, of course, now more of them. And apparently we are now in the... Can they swim? I'm actually kind of curious if they can. Can they just go away if we go in the water? They kind of do, actually. Interesting. I suppose in a pinch that would actually be a meaningful strategy. Other plant here. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm not too concerned per se about fighting those guys, because I don't really think that's something we're necessarily looking to do. So, just occasionally take a peek over at Novigrad, because it looks quite cool. Compare that to the little villages that we've seen in the past. This is obviously several orders of magnitude larger and more extravagant. I'm looking forward to getting the chance to go there. Logger's Hut. Oh, is this going to be the place where that Witcher contract was? I know we didn't put it on as our active quest right now, but if, say, we did, I feel like we would find that it would be right around here. Witcher contracts. Beast. This one? No, it's this one. Not that I want to do this right now, I'm just curious if we're right on top of it at the moment, and it doesn't seem as though we are. Oh, it's actually over here. Oh, talk to... Okay, I was going to say, there's a beast in the middle of this area where we were previously, where there's like an inn. Seems odd. No, that's just someone we need to talk to, so... Logger's Hut. It says, a lone cabin deep in the Novigrad forest, an ideal base for woodcutters. Definitely wood here. What's that? Wolves over there. Okay. Like, any reason for us to be here right now, or is this mostly just insignificant? Does it kind of feel like the latter? Can we hop that? Yeah, maybe we don't hop that. Maybe we pass. All right. This building. Anything in here? Yes. Is it of any significance at all? The answer thus far would, of course, be no. This seems like another instance of a place where I suspect we'll find ourselves coming back here at some point. There's probably going to be some reason to investigate this area further. Even if right now there kinda isn't anything here. I suspect that one of those contracts will end up setting us in this direction. Here's the edge. The end of the world as we know. I'm assuming that that island there is probably fake. You can't actually go there, I'm assuming. Because it's, yeah, it's like way the heck out there. That could exist. That probably does exist there. But actually what we're seeing right now, though, kinda doubt it. Doesn't seem like that's really the angle. Well, it might be. It might be. I don't know, that might not be fair. Ooh, that looks very cool, though. Curious about that. There is a boat with which we could theoretically opt to explore some of those areas more easily. That is something over there. That looks like a water hag, or is that a Necker warrior? I think it's a Necker warrior, yeah. We are looking to fight these guys. We want your red mutagens, please, and thank you. Except you didn't hold up your end of the bargain. Like, what the heck? Yeah, I was gonna say that probably means these are gonna be normal Neckers here. They're not terribly interesting. Did that Necker just walk into the fire and deal half the damage to itself? I'm pretty sure that's what happened. We weren't attacking it. I don't think there's any other monsters over there that were deciding that they wanted to go after it. So, yeah, I don't know about that. It seemed like it was just a Necker that's doing something rather silly, and now it's burrowing underground there, and I'm wanting to try to Iggy it, finish it off. That's probably overkill, though. We'll just take you out. Yeah, because the normal Neckers tend to only give the blue and occasionally the green mutagens, but those are far more common, so that's not terribly important for us to pick up. We have a bunch of those. Yeah, let's check out what's over here. This looks very interesting. A lighthouse. There's gotta be something here, right? Oh, that is exactly what the quest marker, the map marker says. Many years ago, a horrible accident took place here. Uh-oh. Ship carrying the cousin of King Radovid the Bald. What? His name is Radovid the Bald? Wrecked against the rocks during a storm. The king ordered a lighthouse erected on that spot in order to warn other seafarers of its deadly danger. That the Radovid that we've met, or is this one of Radovid's parents? Ancestor, what have you? So this doesn't necessarily look like a new lighthouse. But maybe I suppose that might not be the case. Food. More food. Will there be, say, a wyvern guarding the top, though, that we can knock down this ladder and fight in a confined area? That's what I really want to know. Oh, no reason. No reason. Really nothing on this floor? How dare you? something here. The Illustrated Atlas of Insectoids. Okay. Oh, that gave us a bestiary entry. Oh, okay. Arachas, monster of the Brachyorachnidae subtype Viper hexapoda. Lives mainly in boggy terrain, but also in caves and abandoned mines. Hierarchical caste struct with highly specialized members, master of mimicry. Huh? This is still about the Arachas? Many specimens highly poisonous. Invasive species, immigrated from the south. Must be fought with silver, ideally freshly coated with insectoid oil. Okay. Armored Arachasae. And venomous Arachasae. Uh-oh. Those are both separate things? Have we not fought the worst of them yet? That might be a little bit concerning. So... really, we have a new Draconid? We didn't know that? Not sure which one it was. I was expecting the insectoids with these guys. So this is apparently different from an Arachas. Thought we might have seen something mention this previously, and I assumed it was just the plural of Arachas, but apparently it isn't. Elvish. Powerful pincers, a maw filled with razor-sharp teeth, and venom glands packed with deadly toxins. These constitute the Arachas'... I feel like... this is Arachas. Deadly arsenal, not Arachasae. Since people and farm animals make up an important part of these creatures' diet, contracts on Arachasae in turn constitute an important source of all Witcher coin. Once native to the far south, this invasive species migrated north over the course of decades, adjusting as it went to new climates and temperatures. It found damp woodlands and swamps most hospitable and made them its home, making use of the muck and moss found there as blankets during its winter hibernation. They hibernate? The Arachas hides its unprotected, sack-like abdomen under a covering of hollow tree trunks. Really? What? It uses tree trunks? Worn on its back. I assume that was just like a shell? At first glance, a stationary Arachas often looks like part of the forest undergrowth. In fact, it uses to deadly advantage when hunting. It usually begins a battle by spitting venom, then tries to grab its prey with prehensile feelers in order to drag it within reach of its crushing pincers. Okay. That's, I suppose, something we've seen a little bit. Armored Arachasae. I really think that's just the plural of Arachas. So, this one's poisonous. Or no, that's a normal one, which I'm pretty sure we've seen before. But I think that was still a new entry, nonetheless. This one's armored. That's the kind of John we call an armored Arachas. Hard and prickly on the outside, but get him undressed and everything's soft and squishy. Foxy Lisa, the mayor of... oh, okay. Not sure why you were fighting an Arachas, but okay. An Arachas' only weakness is its soft, sensitive abdomen. Some Arachasae hide this under hollow tree stumps, while other armored varieties exist, which have grown a thick carapace that covers all the more delicate parts of their bodies. An armored Arachas is a true behemoth. It uses its enormous mass to knock over and trample its victims, then devour their crushed remains. Okay, so they might, based on that, behave a little bit differently in combat when we're going against them. Like all Arachasae, it is highly venomous, and thus Golden Oriole should always be consumed before fighting it. It is also worthwhile to stock up on healing potions and crossbow bolts before setting out. Crossbow bolts, really? For this Arachas' thick plating can withstand a great deal of damage, making battles with them long and exhausting. Yeah, but except we're like not going to deal any damage when it comes to hitting them with the crossbow, so I don't know about that. The venomous one. It looks much smaller. Maybe it doesn't have any of the armor-like things that the other versions have. Barely nicked me. I'll be fine. Last words of an unknown hunter. Though all Arachasae are highly venomous, this breed produces an especially strong toxin. A few drops are enough to kill a grown man, unless that man is a Witcher, whose mutations will neutralize small amounts of this venom. Large quantities, however, will kill anything they touch, with mutations only prolonging an inevitable and painful death in such instances. Venomous ARACHASAE produce colossal amounts of this toxin and deploy it during combat in many ways. Before striking a venomous ARACHAS will cover its pincers and teeth with a thick coating of its deadly liquid. It will then squirt the venom at its opponents to weaken it, and once locked in direct combat, will continue spraying the noxious ooze all around itself. Ew. Meaning every breath brings its victim closer to death. Lovely. Like other members of this species, venomous ARACHASAE use prehensile feelers to grab and immobilize their prey. When attempting to fight such a creature, a witcher should drink golden oriole, which will reduce its body's vulnerability to poison, and then attack from a safe distance with crossbow or bombs before dealing the finishing blows with a silver sword enhanced with a coating of insectoid oil. Okay, so definitely some useful tips for enemies that we may find ourselves fighting soon. We've seen some of what I believe are just the generic types of the ARACHASAE. Okay, so this does appear to be the top. It does also appear as though we are falling down that ladder. But I don't think there's anything else up here. Unless we, like, take down the flame and sabotage the lighthouse. But I think that's it. So again, maybe we'll find at a future date there'll be a reason to go here. But we're just exploring for the sake of exploring and seeing what we happen to run into, and we might find ourselves doing that on a few occasions. Fortunately, it doesn't seem like, you know, we've started a quest by... Well, I mean, if we started a quest by doing that, that'd probably be fine. But if we, like, end up skipping 90% of a quest by doing this, then that might be a different story. Okay. So, anything else along here? I mean, that was very noticeable, that lighthouse. There are question marks over here, and this is an island. I mean, presumably this will be some kind of loot in the water, right? That's typically the case whenever we see the question marks in the water like that. Probably no different this time. But, you never know. Maybe this one is the exception. This seems like the elevation changes are odd. Makes me feel like there could potentially be a cave here of some variety. Seems like it... what is that? That's just deer. This is too open. And it is a clearing, sort of, or a crossroads. Yeah. And in theory, that question mark out here is basically a straight shot back toward the ocean. Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, like, this would be one of those occasions where, because this guy has a red outline, this is a quest thing of some variety. Would this be having a shortcut past several things on a quest? Possibly.
Roots pinned this one to the ground, so hard he suffocated.
Oh! Well, here's Lord of the Wood for you. We have apparently gone to that location, not necessarily intentionally, but now we have made some progress there and investigate the site of the monster's attack. I don't really want to do that right now because... And we did have Lord of the Wood. Yeah, see, that's the thing, is like, we wanted to talk to that guy and he would have taken us here, so yeah, we did accidentally skip that process. I didn't even want to do this, so yeah. We did exactly what we said we suspected might have been the case and what we hoped would not end up happening. Hopefully that's not a huge deal. Yeah, actually, I think what typically happens is with those contracts, talking to those guys in advance allows you the opportunity to negotiate a price. We might have lost our ability to negotiate a price there, which does stink a little bit. We did probably lose out on some coins for that reason, but we'll live. We can always make up those coins elsewhere. Like, say, for example, if we find some nice loot here, might be the case. This is way out in the open, and that would normally mean in the middle of the water like this that we would expect for there to be a fair share of drowners. Not yet noticing any, though. But a while ago, we did... Ooh, this could be good. A while ago, we did find ourselves in a similar situation. Meteorite ingot, also very good. And, yeah, more meteorite ingot. This also loot here. Not just a weight. Only a weight? And it is like a chest, so making me curious. But I think it's only a weight. Yeah. So, previously, we went to one such location and we found that, in truth, the drowners, they'll find you eventually. It may take them a while to get to you, but they will track you down. But not yet. This is interesting as well, though. What is this? Like a sunken ship of some variety. Definitely. Shipwrecked. And... is there any loot around it? There's definitely some kind of monster on this island here. That sounds... yeah, like a guarded treasure, maybe. And my guess is this is going to be a really tough one. This one here. Because this is pretty remote. I would think that that's probably reason enough for this to be something you would only come to when you're very strong. So we'll save here, just in case. If you could like just get on any of this land here, or just not be stuck. Generally speaking, that would be helpful. The other thing I was wondering was, is there any loot around this shipwreck? So we saw that previously as well. We say, Lids, look at the ship. I'm trying to figure out if there's any loot in the shipwreck. Yes. I also wanted to see if any drowners were coming. There's pretty clearly no sign of anything from that angle. However, maybe things are different. From this side? Hold on. Let me give this a little... Nope, nope. Other thing. Carol. Other thing. Up instead of down, please. Up instead of down. Like, please stop going under the water. I would like you to hop up here, please. There we go. I swear I was pressing that button. You're still insisting on ducking down, no less. Okay, so... anything hiding under there? No. Anything up here? No. However, there was this area where I suspect we'll find the goodies. Yeah. Mage's notes, diagram, feline crossbow. Where are those mage's notes? Ian has enlisted with the Flying Stag as a guard of sorts. Hefty sack of Novigrad crowns convinced the captain to lodge me in his cabin. All is going according to plan. Uh-oh, sounds like this is an elaborate ruse. I'm actually finding this expedition amusing. I'm glad I didn't contract the kidnapping out of some bulgy armed halfway. I'll do it more gracefully myself. He's cautious. I won't be able to put him down with a casually placed poison apple. Guess I'll have to zonk him out with a spell and whisk him away via teleport. I just hope it won't plop us down somewhere in the middle of Temple Isle instead of in my quarters below it. I don't know, based on where you guys are right now, maybe that was what happened? Power pulsating from my laboratory tends to throw off a good portion of my attempts to teleport home. Very high level resistance to sonic spells. Time needed for full penetration of his nervous system. Half hour at least. Cat school gear. Okay. This might have been one of those locations where we... well, there's the crossbow, yes. It's actually a crafting item for that crossbow? Or was it... I thought we just flat out got one. Crossbow. Crossbow. Also crossbow. Yeah, so maybe it was a crafting recipe after all. That sword's junk. That sword's even more junk. These were some of the armors that we just picked up. And that's actually pretty good. It's light armor compared to our medium armor, so it is going to have slightly less in the way of resistances, naturally. But the armor is roughly equivalent. The one that we're looking at that we would swap on has more durability, so that might be the reason why it has +2 armor. So it should be roughly the same. We would gain some Axii sign intensity, gain some resistance to bludgeoning, but lose resistance to piercing, and just all in all damage to monsters. So I do like the Nilfgaardian armor. I think maybe what we do is we hold on to Freya's warrior's armor here, and we have it as something that we swap over to, if and when the Nilfgaardian armor breaks down more. That way we can save some money on repairs. This is just a not as rare version of it. Hunting boots, definitely not as good. Okay. So I think that's everything here. Other than the whole monster on this island that we have yet to confirm what level it is. This looks like something too, though. Captain's log is probably going to be the captain saying, like, don't ever come near this place. Left Novigrad, heading south. The Bremavord? No idea what that place is. All's calm. Arrived in Bremavord. Port's full. 4 hulks, 6 cogs, 1 carrack, and nigh on a dozen longships. Strange. Near half the longships carry privateers in the Empire's employ. I'm guessing this is that's a place in Novigrad, not Novigrad, Skellige? Now what's old Nilfgaard want a pirate fleet for? Yeah, because they're saying pirates, and I think Skellige might be the pirates, and affiliation with Nilfgaard, that's potentially odd. I'm not sure we've heard much of those two partnering with each other. And why she's anchored in Bremavord. Done loading. All passengers on board. We're leaving Bremavord. Course set for Novigrad. Strange. A mage paid through the nose to share a cabin with a witcher. Freaks are drawn to each other, it seems. Do we know a witcher? That witcher's a real treasure. Not just about monsters. Even customs officers are more civil with KIYAN around. KIYAN, okay. We did hear that name previously in one of the other journals, right? And they aren't as annoyingly scrupulous as usual. Seems the legends surrounding our witcher have curtailed their zeal.